Hello, welcome To My Darling, a short little visual novel developed by ixkyu, available on ixkyu, and, well, it's a story about someone giving her crush a love letter after school. And that's totally all that happens, right? I don't know, but I guess we'll see. No content warning though. As far as I know, this game isn't tagged as specifically horror, but there are some disturbing themes. So viewer discretion is advised. Let's begin. I gaze at the reflection in the mirror. Yes, of course. It's a spotless mirror. There isn't a single fingerprint or crack to obscure the view. It's a perfect opening into another world. There's a person on the other side. Dark hair, bright eyes, but nothing of interest. It's boring to look at. It's as if you're like a protagonist in a dating sim or something. The figure smiles at me. I don't smile back. Hey, today's the day, isn't it? Everything is prepared, isn't it? A voice echoes in my head. It's vaguely reminiscent of my own. I don't respond. Hey, come on. Don't be like that. Today's the perfect chance. What's better than a love letter on Valentine's Day? The worst you can say is no, right? Is that like a meme? It's like, the worst you can say is no, and then there's a screenshot of like the girl like just doing something outrageous, like, I don't know, pulling out a gun and shooting you. It's like, the worst you can do say is no. No, I get it. I totally want to slit my throat if she said no. That's too violent. Don't think like that. Oh, there you are. So all it takes is a threat to get you to talk. Please don't say things like that, it'll make me nervous. I sigh, stepping away from the mirror. I begin to pack my school bag, trying to ignore her words. The voice follows me anyway. Well, stop being so nervous. Apparently we have an evil clone. It just follows us around. Shadow Mimiko, by the way. The letter is already written, so all that's left is to give it to her. That should be easy, right? No different than handing in an essay. Ensuring everything is in order, I zip up my bag and take it with me, leaving the mirror far out of sight. The voice follows me anyway. Give it to her after school. That'll be enough to make me happy. Okay, why is it giving psycho eyes? I can hear the smile whining in her voice with each word. It's almost like sandpaper to my brain. Wordlessly, I step outside my home and close the door behind me. The voice shuts up. This game as well is tagged as Yuri. I don't know how to interpret this. It's like, it's funny. It's like, it's like her. I don't know. It's the evil lesbian inside her. Apparently, it's like guiding her towards the Yuri route. I arrive at school the same time I always do. I'm usually one of, if not the first student to show up in class. I enjoy checking over my homework before the day starts. Nerd! What a frickin' nerd. No, I was hoping to be the only one in class. That or anyone else around will be minding their own business. As it turns out, there's a particular student at his desk before me. Okay, here's Aoi. With the catboy hair. I don't know. Hey, Mimi-chan. Aoi grins and waves the moment he spots me. I hesitate before heading to my seat, which is just in front of his. He rests his elbows on his desk and props up his head. You look shocked. Didn't expect to see me here so early, huh? It's just a bit surprising. What are you doing at this time? Oh, nothing really. My dad asked me to do a quick sweep before the first year classrooms before the day starts. It's a lot of work being the principal's kid. I crack a smile at the joke. Is that a joke? I don't know. Not that it's particularly funny, or that it even qualifies as a joke, but I know it's a polite thing to do. I finished that up though, so I figured I'd just sit and wait for a cute girl to drop by and notice me. Good luck with that, I suppose. Thanks. Honestly, I don't think I've got to wait anymore. I'm one lucky guy getting to be here alone with you. My cheeks flush pink. Aoi notices this and his smirk widens. I don't know what to say to break this awkward feeling inside me, because I'm gay. This is what I'm assuming what Mimiko, is, because I don't know. I mean, it says there's the Yuri tag, but I don't know. Maybe she's by, she's by the way. No, also Kin says, Yahoo! 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 Yeehaw! A loud, cheery voice interrupts my thoughts as one of our classmates bursts into the room. Aoi's expression immediately drops. Right. Okay, here's Kin. I mean, I feel like she would be... Was someone talking about me? I heard the mention of the cute girl and came running. Cuckoo, Aoi! Salut, Mimiko! That girl, Fujimoto Kin, rushes up to us, planting her hand straight onto Aoi's desk with a large thump. What are you talking about? Let me in your secrets! Oh, it's nothing, really. Oh, Mimiko, I see that red on your face. Don't tell me you're talking about love. Huh? We're just... Mimi-chan's just so easy to fluster, you see? Isn't it cute? Cute? Mimiko is cute, but there are a lot of cute girls in the world. Like me. Right. Aoi averts his gaze as Kin strikes her cutesy pose. His smile looks pained. And this really does feel like a rom-com. This just feels like a normal rom-com. If there's anything anyone knows about Kin, is that she has a huge fixation with love. It seems that every week she has a crush on a new boy. Right now, that person is Aoi, and that isn't a secret to anyone. Including Aoi. Well, do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day? I've got some plans, of course. I've been anticipating this day since February 15th last year. Aoi shrugs his shoulders, managing a more casual expression. I've got a little something tucked away in my pocket. Nothing huge. Seriously? Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's exciting. I can't wait. She's daydreaming, isn't she? Looks like it. Kin giggles blissfully to herself. Valentine's Day or not, she always acts like this. She's constantly in her own world where she's the main character, like in some sort of anime or dating sim visual novel. But she's wrong. I'm the main character. He's simply the side character. She plays no role in my world. No, but everyone has their quirks. Enough of that, Mimiko. Are you doing anything today? Huh? Me? Kin and Aoi both eye me with interest. I hesitate for a moment before answering. I don't know, let's be truthful. I do have something in mind. Actually, I did want to ask someone to accompany me after school. Oh, keeping that lucky person a secret, Mimi-chan? Come on, tell us who it is. I laughed nervously and tried to brush their question aside. They both failed to get the hint. It's, just a classmate. Nothing you two have to worry about. Oh, Boo, you're no fun. Sorry. Kin deflates and pushes her fingers together in a disappointed manner. Aoi seems as nonchalant as ever. Guess I have to be on the lookout for the person that catches your fancy. I'll have fun playing detective. I don't know how to tell him that it isn't any of his business, so I opt out of saying anything at all. That's no good, you gotta set your boundaries. No, Aoi and Kin continue to talk amongst themselves. Or rather, Aoi is trying to talk to me, but Kin continues to insert herself into the situation, much to Aoi's dismay. Time feels excruciatingly slow as I wait for the first bell to ring. When it finally chimes, it feels like a weight has been taken off my shoulders. Oh, the bell already? I swore we had at least 5 more minutes. Well, it can't be helped. Au revoir, Aoi, and Mimiko too! Now, is she actually does she have like a French accent? Or is she just saying French words for fun? I don't know. Also, I feel like, again, I mean, just like a lot of I feel like Western visual novels and anime style, I feel like we're in Japan, America, where everyone has Japanese names and everything, but it's in English. So I don't know. Kin retreats to her seat at the back of the class, leaving Aoi and I to ourselves until students begin to pour into the room. It isn't long until one of Aoi's friends make quick conversations with him. Eventually, our teacher enters the class and the day officially begins. He follows through the daily routine, starting with attendance. Each student's name is called, and one by one we raise our hands and announce our presence. Everything happens as usual. Miss Kuruta? The room goes dead quiet as I mention that name. To no one's surprise, the desk at the back of the class is empty. All that sits there is a white flower. Absent. The teacher clicks his tongue, then lets out a sigh as he marks out on his attendance sheet. Most students don't even bother to look at the desk to confirm the absence. And everything happens as usual. Kyouko Kurata never shows up to class. It's a rarity to see her at the school at all. With her remarkably low attendance and poor reputation, students consider her the ghost of White Lily Junior High. A vase on her desk isn't a rare sight. Some students genuinely believe her to be dead, and that her occasional presence is nothing more than a shared hallucination. All kinds of rumors float about her.
I heard that Kurata girl killed herself. They found a body at the river not long after she stopped coming to school.
Really? I can't say I'm shocked.
Hey, did you know that she always wore long sleeves in gym class?
Are you saying she was trying to hide something?
I mean, would you be surprised? Her hands are all covered in scars. I can't imagine the rest of her is much different.
What does Student 3 sound like? What's a ridiculous voice I can give?
Wait a minute. I thought someone killed her in a fight. Was that someone else?
And whatever happened, there's no point in mulling over it.
I feel kind of bad though.
What voice I gave the students to? I don't remember. Like, I always give like ridiculous voices to like background characters that don't matter.
Come on, don't be like that. She got what she deserved. I bet nobody will miss her.
I guess you're right.
I don't get it. Why do they have weird voices? No, I know she isn't dead. No matter what the chrysanthemum, I've seen this word before, on her desk might make people believe. Why doesn't anyone care? Why do people have to be so cruel and do the anime trope where the background characters laugh at your, personal issues and have zero empathy? My stomach twists just thinking about it. It's difficult to focus on class. Oh, man, I'm so hungry. Oh, thank God it's lunchtime, huh? Hey, Mimi-chan, want to come to the cafeteria with me to grab some food? Oh no, thank you, Ueda. I brought my own today. Saying this, I stand up from my seat with a lunchbox in hand. He eyes it with interest. Did you make it yourself? I bet it's good. You do strike me as a domestic kind of girl. What does that mean? You're just saying things. I take a step back, nerves amplified. Nerves amplified. I don't know. For some reason, I think of like a fighting anime. I amplify my nerves. I bury my pain impulses, and I activate my muscle fiber. Then I uppercut him in the face. No, well, I have somewhere to be, so I'll see you after lunch. That's a real shame. Maybe another day. I'll catch you later. Wee! Aoi waves me out before I can even leave the room. I notice Kin takes my seat and immediately strikes up a conversation with Aoi. It doesn't bother me, though. She seems happy to speaking to him, and I'm not using my seat for the next half hour. With everyone focused on their own agenda, I can safely leave class and sneak behind the school. It's there that I find someone sitting in a patch of dirt under a large tree. Kyouko! What's that? I mean, it's a very big ponytail. What's this remind me of? I want to say it's like a magical girl anime. Anyway. I call out her name and excitedly head in her direction. She looks up at me with a smile. Putting the stick she was holding aside, I sit beside her on my legs to avoid dirtying my uniform. I was worried when I didn't see you in class, but thank you for meeting me here like I asked. She nods, a blank expression dotting her face. I had texted Kyouko just the previous night, asking her to visit me behind the school for lunch. We've known each other for a year, but it's still a rarity to have moments like these, considering her attendance. It's a relief to see her, even if all she's doing is drawing stick figures in the dirt. I made you lunch. I hope it's okay. She pauses for a moment, a bit surprised by the gesture. She takes the food, however, and admires it with interest. Yakisoba? There's a faint shimmer in her eyes as she grabs herself a portion. The food is nothing special, just some home-cooked yakisoba noodles with veggies and octopus sausage, a typical Japanese anime lunch. But she appears utterly enchanted. After saying a quick thank you for the food, Kyouko slurps the noodles loudly. It's enough to bring a smile to my face. Do you like it? It's good. She swallows her food and refrains from diving back in for more. Thanks, Mimiko. Of course. I happily make food for you whenever, you know. She smiles at me, such a stunning sight, really. Her tired eyes are so gentle and warm. Not to mention, the cute freckles dotting her cheeks are simply to die for. Of course. I mean, freckles are cute. Just looking at her bangs... Or bangs? Again, thinking of appearances. No, just looking at her brings butterflies to my stomach. Where's your lunch? It's not right if I'm the only one eating. Eh? Oh, I had a snack on the way here. I'm not very hungry, so it's fine. Why does she have bruises on her knuckles? Is she a boxer? You know, is she a freaking boxer? She punches the shit out of people in the streets? Is she a street fighter? I avert my eyes away from her. Kyouko glances down her food, then at me, as if she's contemplating something. After a moment of silence, she grabs a sausage with her chopsticks and holds it up to my mouth. I know that's not good. Or, I know that's not true. Come on, it's good food. You made it. At least have a bite. My face turns an obvious shade of red at her demand. What should I do? Sure, why not? After a bit of an internal debate, I give it a nod my mouth. She notices this, then she notices this, and nudges the octopus closer to my mouth. Do you want me to, say, huh? Yeah, that. My heart thumps loudly in my chest as I nervously open my mouth and bite down the food. I meet Kyoko's eyes for what must be only a second, but in that time I can see they're a little brighter. Thanks. One sausage ain't a full meal, but I feel better knowing you ate something. I don't know what she's supposed to sound like. She's using some casual words. Is she like a cowgirl? It's like I know we ain't much. You know, it's like, I don't know. That feels like a cowgirl-ish kind of wording. I don't know. Anyway. She digs up some more food and takes a bite herself without hesitation. Because, you know, like in anime, you know, it's especially like in dubs or like translations, whenever someone has like some kind of like accent or like dialect from like a rural area, that it defaults to like, you know, like a cowboy kind of like accent, you know. Maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. Hold on. Chotomate. Did she really just do that? We ate from the same utensil. That's an indirect kiss, right? I'm just thinking about, like, the bacteria, you know? You can get sick. You should be doing that, especially, you know, post-pandemic era. Anyway, she didn't hesitate at all. She isn't bothered by it at all. Does that mean she wouldn't mind an actual kiss? My heart is running a mile a minute just thinking about it. She's absolutely perfect. She's a darling, my darling. And she'll belong to me. I mean, what? Mimiko? I wasn't thinking about anything. But I wouldn't mind another bite if you're offering. If you are, then that's okay too. You're fine. You just space out so much, it makes me worry. Here, want some noodles now? She grabs a generous helping from the lunchbox and offers it up to me. I take a moment to admire the situation before I slip her down. It tastes delicious. Better than how I usually make it. I wonder if that's because it's being served to me on a golden platter. I honestly don't think I'll ever need to eat again after this. I'm plenty content with all this. I will simply starve now. I will never eat ever again. The fact that Kyouko doesn't seem to mind makes my heart flutter all the more. Thank you so much. You don't need to worry about me. I bow my head in repetition in hopes of conveying my gratitude. I really need to calm myself down, otherwise there's no way she'll stop worrying over me. But isn't that wonderful in its own way too? If she worries, that means she cares. She doesn't want to see me starving or sad or hurting. She's a savior in every sense of the word. Suddenly, I feel something warm touch my shoulder. I see Kyoko's hand on me. Her eyebrows are furrowed upwards. You sure? You don't shake like this when things are good. I can assure you I'm fine, okay? I've never felt better. Please believe me, Kyouko, I wouldn't lie to you. I make direct eye contact with Kyouko. Hazel eyes like hers are simply perfect to get lost in. If you're certain. I'd say to text me if that changes, but you didn't bring your phone to school, did you? I texted you this morning, but never got a reply. Did you really? I'm sorry, I left it at home. I feel like the voice. I don't know. Again, I can't do female voices. Too many female voices. I can't do distinct female voices. I feel like they're too similar. Like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not here to give you a lecture, Mimiko, but even if you're not fond of tech, you'd be safer with a phone on hand. I guess Kyouko will be, deeper voice, but like, again, it's hard to do a deeper voice when your voice is already naturally deep. So like, anyway, you never know when it'll be useful. I lower my head and apologize once again. Kyouko retaliates. I can't speak today. Kyouko retaliates by ruffling my hair playfully. I'm not mad at you, so don't let that get you down either. Right, I understand. I really need to get my mind straight. Kato. Neko. In the distance, I can see a small brown ball of fluff running up to Kyouko and me. It lets out a high-pitched squeak with every step. Oh yes. Big boss, because of the missing eye? Anyway, once it reaches us, it starts to paw at Kyoko's legs. The cry is only growing louder. Eh? Haven't seen this one around. Looks pretty young. Did you come for a bite? Alright, I hear ya. Kyouko grabs a sausage in the lunchbox and holds it out with her fingers with a hungry kitty. It takes the food, happily munching away at it and letting out audible purrs. It's good, isn't it? You thank Mimiko for it. Don't say embarrassing things like that. She laughs again, covering her smile with her hand. Once the cat has gobbled up all the sausage, it looks up at Kyouko expectantly. Would you like to sign a contract? Would you like to become a magical girl? No, Meow? Meow. I think I can die now without regrets. Watching Kyouko and the kitten go back and forth meowing at each other sets my heart on fire. How can such a sweet sight exist? I just hope the pure adoration and joy aren't showing on my face. Huh? Why are you staring at me? Is there something wrong with me? Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. I look at the two anxiously, silently praying I have made a fool out of myself. Kyouko glances down at the cat, who glances back at her in return. Neither say anything for a while, and I'm left questioning if I should break the silence or not. She says, "Good job, Meow." Were they communicating? Is she a druid? She can speak with animals? Crazy. The kitten shows her appreciation by butting her head against me. Seems like she likes you, Meow. Why do you keep meowing? Now should I stop, Meow? I didn't say that. While we were busy talking, the kitten had snagged herself another octopus sausage from the lunchbox. Kyouko grabs her by the scruff, looking her at eye level. Oi, you gotta ask before you take more food. Too much sausage is gonna blow up your little kitty belly. She flops her tail to appear larger, holding on to that little octopus for her dear life. Kyouko lets out a sigh and puts the kitten back on the ground away from the lunchbox. She then caps the box lunch and quickly pulls out her phone. Time to call pest control. No, hey, lunch is over in about 5 minutes. You want to start walking back to class? All right. Will you be coming with me? Can't. I'll be in hell I'll be in for hell if someone sees me. I'm probably gonna hide out at the park till school's over. Plus, I've got a new buddy to chill out for a bit. The kitten waddles back over to the lunchbox, this time trying her best to pry the lid open with her fluffy paws. Kyouko begins to pick her up again. I can't speak. Kyouko picks her up again. It's impossible to hold back my giggle. I understand. In that case, would you like to meet up after school? That's something I'd like to give you. Sure, I don't have much going on. As Kyouko speaks, the feisty kid nibbles and scratches her already scarred hands. It doesn't seem to bother her the slightest. Really? That's great. So I'll see you here? Here works. See you then, Mimiko. Enjoy the rest of your classes. Oh, and did you want to take the lunch with you? I'm fine. Please, help yourself do the rest. It'll make me very happy. Got it. See you. Thanks for lunch. And Mimiko, stay safe, okay? I know you don't want to turn into a big deal, but I worry about you. With a concerned smile on her face, Kyouko bids me farewell. And I'm all alone. Now apparently, yeah, Kyouko doesn't go to class. She's a bit of a delinquent, I feel like. I don't know. She said yes. I'm one step closer to a confession. Is that how that works? I don't know, being in love is supposed to feel this euphoric. It's a bit painful at the same time, worrying about all the possible things that go wrong. But everything's falling right into place. It's such a wonderful feeling. I can't be more excited for school to end. I don't waste any time wandering the halls after my encounter with Kyouko. I want to get to class as soon as possible. The day will pass quicker then. There's only a few more periods left in the day, so as long as I can stick those out, I'll be all set. Both my heart and head feel light. Love is such a wonderful thing. Oh. Ah. Just before I turn the corner to reach my classroom, I'm suddenly yanked aside and pulled into the women's restroom. A hand covers her mouth to muffle the shriek, and then I get kidnapped and killed. Oh no. Oh no, it's just kid. Shh, don't make a fuss. I turn my head around to face my captor and soon lower my shoulders in a sigh. He quickly releases me. Fujimoto, what was that for? You really scared me. Eh? Are you mad? Sorry. I just want to talk to you before class started up again. You see, when you said you had something planned for today, I got worried. You and Aoi always seem to, you know, hit it off. And like, if you two ever get together, I'm going to murder you. I mean, so I thought maybe you were trying to steal him away from me and ruin my character arc. Steal him? Like, you know, NTR? No, Fujimoto, you don't have to worry about that. I don't have any sorts of feelings for Ueda. We're really just acquaintances. I friend-zoned him, you see. Well, yeah, I know that now, but... She sucks the air through her teeth and taps her feet in a fidgety manner. Hey, Mimiko, we're friends, right? You wouldn't be mad at me if I did something, kinda silly, would you? Something silly could mean a lot of different things. What happened? Oh, it's nothing, just, you know... I saw a letter peeking out from your bag, and so I opened it up to see who it was meant for, and kinda ended up reading the whole thing. Huh? Could you repeat that? Look, I'm really sorry. I saw the letter you wrote, okay? It was just staring right at me from your bag. I couldn't ignore it. The little heart in the front was so darn cute. I knew it had to be for whoever you wanted to confess to today. I ended up reading the whole thing. It was really sweet, but now I'm worried about something else. Okay, honestly, I'm worried about a lot of different things. But to start, why Kurota Kyouko? I feel my blood turn cold. I know Kin is too nosy for her own good, but why would anyone do that? Why did she read my letter? Because she thought I would confess to Aoi? I couldn't care less about that bitch. I mean, I couldn't care less about that guy. Why couldn't she have minded her own business like any regular person? The despair must show on my face because Kin now appears panicked. My head is starting to ache. I'm sorry if that's rude to ask, but, you know, she doesn't really have a good reputation. I'm worried how that end up for you, especially considering all the depressing stuff you wrote about. People don't deserve to be treated like germs. Being bullied to the point people talk about you as if you're dead is just too far. What if that happens to you for getting close to her? And I mean, well, maybe I can't comment since I don't know her personally, but you do know what started all those rumors in the first place, right? She beat Aoi to a pulp after he rejected her. Isn't that messed up? Well, some people say it's because he accidentally stepped on her heel, or because he looked at her in a way she didn't like, or... You know what, the reason doesn't matter. They're all red flags in a way. The point is, I don't think it'd be good for you, Mimiko. I don't know, she's pretty badass though. Is that why her knuckles are like... sore? Like she really is like a boxer? I don't know, she's kind of cool. Anyway, Kin's eyes are filled with genuine concern. She looks ready to tear up. Does she actually care that much? Even if Kurata might be a good person, I don't want you or your reputation to be damaged. You can understand where I'm coming from, right? I'm not being absurd for worrying. This is pink for some reason? I don't know. I want to be aggressive.
Mind your own damn business. I punch her in the face. Ura!
It's not your business who I confess to. You could have just asked me instead of invading my privacy. I did ask you though, and you were super vague. I thought asking again would be useless. I had to take things into my own hands, you know. I'm justifying my own crimes. I didn't want Oeda to know who it was. His feelings on Kyouko aren't a secret. If you asked one-on-one, I would have told you. I'm sorry. Did I mess up that badly? You seem, kind of upset at me, Mimiko. The answer should be obvious. I wish this girl would use her brain for once. Look, I'm sorry, okay? Maybe I acted without thinking. Stop talking already. I'm losing my patience. If I lose my reputation, so be it. Who cares? I'll become a butterfly without wings if it means I can be with her. Why are you trying to play the savior? You'd do the same thing for your love, wouldn't you? So stop acting like you're above me. You don't know anything about her. Kin takes a cautious step back as sweat trickles down her cheek. She lets out a barely audible laugh out of anxiety. My bad, Mimiko. I'll leave you be then. Stay safe, okay? She stands still and waits for a response I never give. After realizing it's pointless, she tiptoes around me to exit the restroom. Great. Amazing. And thus, the shadow... I was gonna say, her shadow lesbian powers activate. You don't have to worry. I'm right here. Yeah, I knew it. See, it's a shadow lesbian, you know? The true self. It's, you know, like Persona. Everything will be okay. Just trust me. You did a good job standing up for yourself, you know? I'm proud of you. Maybe you don't need me after all. Just a joke. I'm not gonna leave you that easily. Geez, tough crowd. Are you worried about your letter? You don't need to worry. Kyouko is so kind. She loved the letter even if it was trampled over and shredded into dust. A few fingerprints won't ruin it. Mimiko, there's nothing to worry about, okay? Love will prevail. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. I repeat that phrase in my head over and over again, as if it's some sort of prayer. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing. There's... Looks different. There's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing, there's nothing. There's nothing. My letter. It's... Hey, who did that letter? I mean, obviously the person who found it was... What's her face? I already forgot her name. But you know, the person we just talked to, but she didn't seem like that. She didn't seem the type to do that, though. She just, yeah, she admitted to finding it and everything. I don't know if she ripped it up, though, and, like, vandalized it, however. I don't know. I feel sick. The reflection in the river is all wrong. The gentle waves leave it swirling and distorting. Nothing more than a blur of dull and uninteresting colors. I hate looking at it. Hey, I hate being reminded of this body I'm forced to call mine. It'd be so easy to make it go away, but I don't know what's awaiting for me on the other side. Will I be reborn? Will I be sentenced to hell? Will the world, as I know it, cease to exist? The river is calling to me. That's right. None of that would happen. When I die, the world will continue to spin, completely unaffected. The people whom I call my peers will graduate and thrive without me. Happy families will still share dinner together each night. Humanity will still know what it means to smile, to cry, to mourn, to laugh. If I disappeared, nothing would change. How narcissistic it is of me to think otherwise. The river is growing louder. It would be so easy. I just need to take that first step. Don't be so scared. Stop shaking already. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep on that brave face. And on the count of 3. 3, 2. The rest of the school day is a blur. My brain is completely mush, running on autopilot. I did all the work asked of me, but none of it has stayed inside my head for more than a minute. That's fine. I felt fine because the last class is almost over. Just a little more. Just a little more.
Miss Nakamura?
Yes, teacher? The booming voice of an old lady breaks me out of my haze. I can't make out any detail on her face.
Were you listening? You need to be in a group for this project. As smart as you are, you cannot work alone.
That is the bane of all school projects, a group project, where the dynamics of the group make it the worst thing ever. You know, it's like, I don't know. Group projects, they always suck. My eyes dart around the room. Every student in the class is paired with another, happily chatting away about things I still can't register.
Well, since Miss Kurota isn't coming to class anytime soon, maybe you will have to work alone, with an uneven amount of students without her. That, or you'll be placed in a group of 3.
My ears ring. I feel a tap on my shoulder.
Mimi-chan, you should work with me and the other girl. That'll make things a lot easier, yeah?
I suppose that's the best course of action to not exclude Miss Nakamura. Very well, you 3 may work together.
Aoi's grin grows wider. Ken, who's now sharing a desk with him, glances away.
Great, thanks, teacher.
The figure vanishes. I turn my chair around to face Aoi and Ken. I completely missed on what we're supposed to be doing, so I have to piece together the gaps.
So, what animals you guys want to do? I was thinking of something small and cute. I'm a sucker for the little guys.
I don't know. I'm assuming the voice... I don't know. If this was voice acted, the voices would be distorted, you know?
Ew! How about a chinchilla? My papa's gonna get me one as a gift when I pass my entrance exams. I just love chinchillas.
Chinchillas? Oh, they're cute, sure, but are those guys even in the wild?
Yeah, of course they are. Every animal exists in the wild.
I don't know, just making the voices sound annoying. Aoi and Ken bicker about chinchillas for a good while. I silently sit on the side, struggling to discern the conversation's purpose. Their voices feel so far away. Okay, maybe it sounds more like this.
I really think we should do our project on bunnies. They're a lot more common and easy to find information about.
You know, it's like that. Far away.
Maybe we'll get extra points for being creative or pick though. Besides, it's way better to stand out than to fit in.
Hey, Mimi-chan, what do you think? You want to write about bunnies? They seem like they'll be your kind of thing. Small, cute, fluffy, shy, it's perfect, don't you think?
Hey, I'm here too.
What do you think, Mimiko?
I feel my eyes widen. Is he talking to me?
Ah, look at that. Kid completely ruined Mimiko's mood for yelling.
I didn't do anything.
They're looking at me. Is something wrong with me? Please stop staring at me. Please stop. Me? Oh. I've always been more partial to rabbits. The girl's mouth curls downwards. I think she's frowning.
Mimiko,
are you...
Perfect, that sells it then.
I feel a hand ruffle my hair. A smile is forced on my face.
That's 2 against 1, Kimchi. Kimchi. We're writing about bunnies.
Well, the teacher says we're just picking groups on a topic today. We aren't starting until tomorrow, since the last bell rang.
But you know, I've got some time to kill. Why don't we stay after school today and make progress on it? That way we're ahead of the game. We're all model students, aren't we?
Are you sure? But it's not like we need to rush, and I got plans today. Don't you both have plans too?
Who said this wasn't part of my plan? I could be hanging out with my special girl right now.
Huh? I guess I can stay then. I can make a few changes in my schedule just this once.
We're staying.
I don't want to stay though. I feel sick. I want to go home. When does the project due? Today? Tomorrow? But everyone around us is packing up. They're all going somewhere else. Even I want to ask, the words are stuck in my throat. Please, body, start moving. Start talking. Do something. I don't think I can stay after. I manage to stand up and my feet feel like anchors. I have to use the desk to remain somewhat stable. Please help me. Please stay with me. I can't do this on my own. Now, you're fine, Mimiko. Have fun. Are a few better? Aoi and I can get started on our own.
Huh? You can't stay, Mimiko? The work shouldn't take that long, you know? At least stick around for, let's say, another 10 minutes or so. We can see how you're feeling then. I can take care of the hard stuff if you want, but working on a group project without all the members will feel wrong. What do you say?
When he puts it like that, it just sounds too rude to leave. It's like, curse my politeness. Maybe another 10 minutes wouldn't hurt. I shouldn't cause more trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. Sorry, Aoi.
There you go. You're safe here, Mimiko.
My legs give up on me and I sit back down without a word. I'm sorry. Whatever I did wrong, I'm sorry.
So, Kitsune, would you mind grabbing us some art supplies so we can start sketching out a poster? There should be some stuff in Class 1C. Mimiko and I will get started on the boring stuff, so you don't have to worry about your pretty little head about anything.
Of course, I'll be back in a flash.
Kin runs out of the classroom. When she disappears, Aoi looks at me. Hey, what are you staring off for? You look like you're got a lot on your mind.
Do I? I'm sorry.
It's all good, Mimi-chan. You know, everyone's left by now except us. So if you want to confide in me, you're welcome to.
I scanned the room. Other than Aoi, there's no sign of life in here. When did the teacher even leave? I don't know what to say. But if I say nothing at all, it might make things worse. I'll try and focus again. So, this project, it's about animals?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to
make a poster about a certain species and its role in the food chain, yep. Were you even paying attention, Mimi-chan?
I shake my head. I haven't been feeling great. That's why I wanted to head home.
Relax. This is easy stuff. I'll have that Kyouko girl go grab us some textbooks about it all, too.
Kyouko? It takes me a moment to realize who he's talking about. In a soft voice, I try to correct him. Kin. Her name is Fujimoto Kin.
Does that matter? Look, it's gonna take her a while to find anything. I helped clean that room this morning. It doesn't have any art supplies in it. Chances are she'll be out of our hair for at least 15 minutes.
I subconsciously straighten my back and plant my feet flat on the floor. An unsettling feeling is starting to form in my stomach. So why'd you make her go?
You're so dumb. It's cute.
He leans in closer to me, voice hushing low as if he wants nobody else to hear. Without asking, he places his hand over mine. I freeze.
You really can't put 2 and 2 together, darling? Oh, by the way, it stopped being blurry. I wanted to be alone. With you. I want you to be mine. The cadence in which he says darling is rotted in venom. I try to retract my hand. Aoi intertwines his finger with mine to stop me.
Ueda, I don't think...
Oh, come on. Don't be like that, darling.
Okay.
You know, I thought Mimiko was the yandere. There's another yandere? Yandere versus yandere?
Are you nervous? There's no reason to be. Look around. It's just you and me here, so nobody will know what goes on in this classroom. If it'll make you feel better, I'll lock the door.
Actually, that will give that make it. That's like worse. That make me feel worse.
My dad gave me a master key so I can get in and out of anywhere with no problem. That's the perk of being the principal's kid. You can get some perks too, you know. Don't gotta pay a cent for lunch. You never gotta worry about getting in trouble. More people will want to hang out with you. And you'll get to be with me. Doesn't that sound all great? Only an idiot would say no.
Ew. Why would I want to be straight? Disgusting.
No.
I can't. I'm sorry. I leave my answer at that. I can't bring myself to say any more.
Of course you say that, Mimiko. You're so stupid, it's cute. You're so stupid.
The grin dawning Aoi's face evaporates. His bright blue eyes peers right into me. Desperate, I try to tug my hand away again. It doesn't budge.
I mean, come on. Don't you know what is good for you? I can push away all the worries you have in that cute little brain of yours. Listen, I get it. We all have some gruesome thoughts we want to make disappear. We all want to find someone who won't judge us for who we really are. And I'll say, your letter was real cute. It made my heart nearly explode just imagining it with my name instead of hers. You know, you don't have to settle for trash. Not when I'm right here. He takes my other hand. I'm too powerless to move. For some reason. You know, I can't just deck him in the face. Come on, just punch him. You learned nothing from Kyouko? Did you take some boxing lessons? Come on. You deserve better than her, darling. Haven't you heard the rumors? She's just a good-for-nothing delinquent. She's emotionless. Take it from me. You better off falling in love with a piece of plastic. She wouldn't know what love is even if she killed herself over it. Aren't I funny? Aren't I?
Yamero.
It doesn't matter. Dark humor isn't for everyone.
Letting out another laugh, Aoi lets go of my hand and reaches for something in his uniform pocket. A box cutter. The classic weapon.
But don't you see where I'm coming from, darling? That Kyouko couldn't give you anything. He doesn't know anything. So that feeling of love you must hopelessly be clinging onto, she won't reciprocate.
He carelessly waves the sheathed cutter around in the air. His thumb lands on the slider, pushing it forward to create a soft clicking sound. A stainless steel blade greets me.
She won't understand you. She'll leave you heartbroken. And I mean, that'll just be embarrassing for you.
Getting turned down by the most hated person at school.
You look lost, darling. Do you not get it? I'm trying to save you. Save me. Save me. Save me?
What's he trying to save me from?
それは違うよ.
Maybe I'm taunting fate, but I can't let this continue. Swallow my fears like downing a pill without water, I speak. You're wrong, Ueda. I don't want this. So please.
I don't think I heard you correct, darling.
Why don't you say that again? Something sharp is pressed against my throat. Looking into Aoi's eyes, they're completely empty. I don't know, they have hearts, heart peoples. No sympathy, no remorse. He can't seriously be willing to.
Mimiko, answer me.
I can't. He's going to kill me. I don't want to die like this.
Idiot.
Did you lose your voice? Do you hate yourself? Do you have some sort of death wish? You know, it'd be a real shame if a girl as cute and as obedient as you went ahead and grew a mind of her own. He presses the blade harder against my skin. One slash and I'm good as gone. And it'd be an even bigger shame if that independence is the thing that led to her downfall. Why can't you get this through your thick head? Nobody else will hurt you. Nobody else will walk over you. Nobody else will look down on you. You'll be loved. I have so much love to give, my darling. So I'll give you one more chance. Will you be mine? What an idiot. Just give up. In what world is this love? Just die already. Ow. Broken shards of glass fly through the air. A piece skirts past my cheek and leaves a stinging cut. The tight grip on my wrist suddenly turns limp. I'm able to pull away from with ease and stand up. My legs are trembling in shock beneath me. I still can't find it in me to move. Well, here's Kyouko. Mimiko. A voice calls out to me. It's so pleasantly familiar. Mimiko, come on. Let's get out of here. Kyouko reaches out to me with a scratched hand. Her other hand holds both our school bags. My gaze quickly shifts to Aoi, who's been smashed over the head with a vase. Can we, finish the job, though? Can we, keep smashing the vase on his head over and over again? Come on. His head is wet with water and blood. I can't tell if he's conscious or not. Come on! She yells again, snapping me out of my haze.
We gotta finish the job. No one gets in the way of Yuri!
I grab the box cutter off his desk and clutch it onto it tightly. What are you doing? Put that down! Kyouko yells at me again. Have I made her mad? I'm sorry. I don't want to make you mad, Kyouko. But I also can't live with myself knowing scum like him is roaming the earth without retribution. A familiar voice is calling out to me, but the words are all a mess in my brain. I extract the blade. It's stainless, without a single fingerprint or speck of blood to be found. It's perfectly reflective, just like an untouched mirror. I gaze at the reflection. There's a person on the other side. Dark hair, bright eyes, but nothing of interest. It's boring to look at. The figure frowns at me. I smile back. Hey Kyouko, why do we keep forcing ourselves to put up with him? The years of torment you face at his hands, the dread of coming to school each day, the fantasies of our own deaths. We can put an end to it all, can't we? What? What are you trying to say? Isn't it obvious? Let's kill him! It's kind of a hard sell, considering he's the principal's kid and everything. It's gonna be some consequences, but... I look up at Kyouko with a smile. She seems uncertain. I mean, legally speaking, this is not justified, but I guess we can, technically, Kyouko can testify against him, There's no other witnesses, right? We can say, he attacked her, right? And, we accidentally killed him, It's fine. Self-defense. A happy ending is impossible with this kind of parasite running amok. All he's done is make your life hell. So let's make things right. Together. Isn't this the perfect chance? Kyouko tightens her fists. I can't tell what she's thinking, and she's gone completely quiet. Before I know it, she swipes the cutter straight out of my hand. Don't be ridiculous. We can't do something like that. We'll get in trouble. As much as I hate him, as much as I want him gone, She tightens her grip on the weapon, her thumb fiddling with the slider again and again. I wrap my arms around her in a comforting manner. She's trembling. You can be scared, Kyouko. A guy like Aoi is scary. You don't need to put on a brave face. Here, if you're worried, I can take care of him, and you can just sit back, okay? You saved me from him. You saved me time and time again, so please, let me do the same for you. I don't want you to suffer anymore. She's still quiet. I try to pry the cutter out of her hand, but her grip remains strong. Give me that box cutter. Give me the weapon. I try and take the cutter again. Kyouko. I mutter her name without even thinking about it. With a moment of hesitance, She loses her grip on the cutter. I take it from her. It'll be okay, Kyouko. I reassure her with my smile, but a neutral expression stains her face. Are you ready? Yeah. My heart flutters. With pure euphoria and adrenaline running through me, I hold the blade's handle tightly. Ah. Kyouko. Kyouko. Despite my ugliness, you refuse to leave my side. I love that about you. I love everything about you. This is totally not a healthy relationship, and I'll do anything to prove that. Anything. 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 This reminds me of manga, actually. I forget what it's called, but it's very similar. We're like basically a lesbian couple. Just freaking like goes off the deep end, you know, basically. There's blood all over me. It feels so gross. Is there anything about this guy that's worthwhile? I guess nothing. But the job is done. I can look toward my darling without worry. Kyouko. Mimiko. Let's go. We should clean ourselves up before someone notices. Oh, of course. You're so smart, Kyouko. Let's go. I sheathe the blade and drop it into my school bag, and we're out the door to clean ourselves up. We gotta get rid of the evidence, you know, eventually. You don't know we're gonna put that box cutter. Yahoo! Sorry I was gone for so long. It took forever to find everything we need. By the way, here's Kin. Your favorite character has returned, so let's get to work. Aoi, what are you napping for? And why is there so much blood? Is that blood? Wee you, you know, just measures sirens in the distance. We're able to escape the school unnoticed. Kyouko holds my hand tightly the entire way, and I hold hers all the same. I'm comfortable leading the way. I wear the pants in this relationship. No, I have a perfect place in my mind for us to relax. As we reach there, Kyouko stops walking. The river? The gentle stream of the river reaches my ears, and I find myself stopping in my tracks as well. Isn't it a nice place to unwind? I figure we both could use it. Kyouko squeezes my hand. She feels clammy, but I return the gesture and squeeze her hand as well. She's so cute when she gets shy. It's such a rarity, but that makes it even more precious. Silence wavers between us. It's soothing. Visiting the river always brings back heartfelt memories. Kyouko's eyes are locked in the water below. I look down as well. The water is a plain shade of blue. I don't know what we're going to do. We can't just get away with something like this. We'll have to change our names. Get out of the country. All that. She runs her free hand through her bangs, gritting her teeth. God. We fucked up, huh? Oh, you know, maybe he's got a good lawyer, you know? Better call Saul? That's what, you know, that's what I'm saying. Just say self-defense. No, I don't think so. There's another way out of this. I don't want to go to jail. We don't have to. Hey, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Oh, we're playing as Kyouko, by the way. Well, we have no choice. Sure. You do? I'm glad. I really do love you, you know. So it makes my heart dance hearing you say that. I said it. I actually said it. I love you. Do you love me too? Nothing. That's all I need to hear. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. I couldn't ask for a happier end. Now, I want you to follow my lead, okay? Let's go. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Time to go for a swim. They go for a swim, they get a little exercise, and you know, quick little bath in the river, and then they leave, and there's happily ever after, right? That's how it works. Anyway, ending 3. At the end of the river, I met you. Classic, like I don't know, maybe not super classic, but like, I don't know, to me it's like classic. Where like it's a love triangle. There's like a dude and two girls. They freaking murder the dude and the girls commit suicide. It's fine. It's like classic love story, you know? Anyway. I hate this, but I want to see what the branches are. So I guess I will accept his offer. Like, ew, you know, but still. Alright, fine. Sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. Anyone would want that kind of power, right? So even if it feels wrong, even if I have this twist in my gut begging me not to, as long as it'll get me through the day, I'll agree. Huh, you mean it? His eyes light up. A wide grin crosses his face. I thought it'd take way more convincing to get to you. I can't believe it was actually that easy. This has gotta be fate, wouldn't you say? Hey, why don't we seal it with a kiss? Oh. Gross. He uses his free hand to gently take my cheek. He leans in further and presses a kiss against my lips. I can't return it. It feels disgusting. Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? The shadow lesbian inside of you surges with wrath. Hey, darling. I've kept this all in for too long. I thought I was going to explode. Stay here. I'm going to lock the door. I know how much your reputation means to you. After pulling away, he lets go of me and stands up, heading right to the door. I see him fish a key out of his pocket and he locks the door with a soft click sound. Face red, he rushes back to me. I desperately try to avoid eye contact. There's already sweat starting to drip off his skin. It's gross. Men are gross. He's gross. I hate looking at him. I want to work on the project. I want to go home. I want to see Kyouko. I want to be anywhere but here. Darling, you're spacing out again. His sickeningly sweet voice is worse than nails on a chalkboard. It's like sandpaper applied straight to my brain. Can you hear me? Come on, darling. It's no fun if you aren't invested too. Oh, I think I get it. You're just being shy, aren't you? You're so cute. You know, I've got to say, I'm one lucky guy getting to be here alone with you. You really have nothing to worry about, darling. Here, I'll lead the way. So don't worry your pretty little head about anything. Keep your eyes only on me, okay? Don't look at anyone else. You're mine and mine alone, my darling. Nobody else can even so much as look at you. Promise me that, will you? Perfect. You're perfect, darling. I love you. The sound of water is always relaxing. Whether it be dripping into a tub or the waves of the ocean, there's nothing that makes me feel more at ease than hearing that part of nature. I think about all the fish swimming in the sea. When were they born? How long will they continue to live? Do they know their families? Do they feel love? Do they feel anything at all? Are they content with living just to die? I'd ask them if I could, but even if I hold my breath, I can't talk to fish. But even still, I think I'll visit the river after school today. Oh, that implies... I think I know what that implies, and it's a dark implication. Well... This is a freaking cucked ending, you know? We cucked ourselves for some reason. Why would we do this? This is like a horrible decision. Alright. So we're trying to convince her to kill the fucking loser. But... well, what if we choose this one instead? I don't know what this means, to be honest. It's in pink. It's very ominous. Let's see what happens. What do we mean by take her away? No. This isn't right. As much as I want him to disappear, we can't do this. I can't let you do this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please don't talk to me in that aggressive tone. I pull Kyouko away from Aoi. I changed my mind. This is a bad idea. Okay, so that just like basically we're backing off. But we change our mind, we're not killing him. Her gaze is fixated on the cutter. She's silent for what feels like an eternity until she sheaves the blade. Yeah. Her voice is quiet and distant. She stands up and I follow suit, a slight stumble in my step. Kyouko? I watch her slip the box cutter into her school bag. Her eyes avoid my own. Yeah? What are you gonna do with that? You've got nothing to worry about, Mimiko. My youngest bro he's got a crafts project due soon for class, and Mom doesn't let us keep stuff like this in the house. We're gonna use it as all, just some casual stealing. The answer comes to her so naturally that it reassures me that it isn't an excuse made up on the spot. I should have faith in Kyouko. Why would she do something she reprimands me for? She isn't like that. I relax my shoulders and take my bag. Okay, I believe you. Let's go. We're able to escape the school unnoticed. Kyouko holds my hand tightly the entire way, and I hold hers all the same. She's leading the way. Where we're going, I don't know, but I trust her. At some point, Kyouko stops walking. What's wrong? That's nothing. The gentle stream of the river reaches my ears, and I find myself stopping my tracks as well. Isn't it a beautiful sound? I always find myself coming back here just to listen to it. Yeah. Maybe you could use a little distressor. She squeezes my hand tightly. I squeeze hers in return. Hey, Mimiko. You said you had something to show me after school? Oh, right. That, I stumble over my words. As I recall the state of my letter, a sinking feeling twists my gut. I wanted to give you something, but it was destroyed. So please, wait a little longer for me to fix it. Only then I'll feel okay about giving it to you. Destroyed, huh? She clicks her tongue and looks down at the river. It's a murky shade of blue, leaving a dull reflection in the subtle waves. I'm sorry. Nah, I'm not mad at you. Just remembered something that pissed me off. I look down the river with her, try not to focus too hard on the distorted reflections. Silence wavers between us for what must be minutes. Our fingers remain interlocked the entire time, and the only sound comes from the wind rustling through the trees and the stream below our feet. I wanted to say something. I want to tell her what's in my letter. But as always, nothing comes out of my mouth. I just can't find the words no matter how much they swirl in my head. We should get home before it gets too dark. Yeah. I say that, but my eyes remain locked on the running water. Kyouko gently pulls me aside. Come on, I'll take you home. It's a couple blocks this way, right? I nod. Gotcha. With another tug, Kyouko leads the way, and my feet finally begin to move. She smiles at me warmly. You're safe now, Mimiko. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna let that guy even look at you ever again. Okay? She walks me home. We bid each other goodbye. You were thinking it, weren't you? At the river. Well, don't get any ideas. I can't let anything happen to either of you. Not until we've earned a happy ending. You understand that, right? Hey, can I trust you? Can I trust you won't do it? I don't know. Somehow that answer doesn't surprise me. You never change. I know you hate that about yourself, but I think it's actually a little charming. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I think. Still, I'm not going anywhere. You know the deal at this point. If things go awry, I'll take care of it. Just look in the mirror if you need me. Ending 4. My reflection, my voice, my love. Okay, kind of ends there without too much of a climax, I guess. But, nothing really gets concluded. Just kind of like leave, and that's it. Ending 4. So how many endings we got? I think we got 3 endings so far, right? Alright. So instead of taking the box cutter, let's just take her hand. In a haste, I take her hand and run out of the classroom with little thought. We just simply leave. By the time I was ready to slip my shoes off, I spot another girl leaning over the bridge's rails. Long, dark, matted hair, black bags under her eyes, a tattered school uniform. Our eyes meet, and we stare into each other for what feels like an eternity. And all that time, neither of us speak a word. I have to wonder if she's here for the same reason as me. Interesting. So that was a flashback, I think. When we rush out of the school, Kyouko leads me to a nearby bench and ushers me to sit down. I oblige, taking my school bag and setting it in my lap. The sun's rays feel blinding. Even with a guardian angel by my side, it's a struggle to tell left apart from right. Kyouko sits down beside me and pulls a first aid kit out of her own bag. Sorry about that nasty cut. I had to get that guy off of you somehow. I nod my aching head. It's okay, I want to say, but nothing comes out of my mouth. She seems to understand, though, as her face turns gentle, and I feel something cold prick my cheek. Hey, it's okay. I'm taking care of you. It'll be over in a sec. Just sit tight. Thankfully, that guy didn't actually cut your throat, just the glass in your face. The cold sensation is soon replaced by a sticky bandage. When Kyouko takes her hands off me, I touch my damaged cheek instinctively. No matter how desperately I search for the words, I just can't find it in me to speak. Even something as simple as thank you is clogged in my throat. Spacing out again, huh? Figures. The weather's worse than the headache. Guess talking's out of the question for now. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. That voice. It's so gentle and soothing. And that smile. Such a stunning sight, really. Her tired eyes are so gentle and warm, I could stare into them for an eternity. Not to mention those cute freckles dotting her cheeks are simply to die for. Just looking at her brings butterflies to my stomach. Kyouko, you saved me again. I'm so horribly weak. Hey, you okay to walk a little more? I can grab you something at the Konbini. The Konbini? Convenience store. It's so Japan America. Anyway, you had to feel a little better if you get some food and water in you. I'm so weak, yet you do everything in your power to protect me. I wish for once I could be the one to protect you instead. I want to be stronger. I want to be someone worthy of your love. Nothing? If it's too much, I don't mind carrying you, so... I wrap my arms around Kyouko and hold on to her for dear life. Tears prick my eyes as my body trembles. It's all so wonderfully nostalgic. I'm sorry. Kyouko's arms hover above me for a moment, seemingly taken aback by the sudden hug. But soon enough, she wraps her arms around me too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't stand up for myself. Even when I told him no, he just wouldn't listen. You know, this is what you got. No means no, guys. I'm sorry. I can't thank you enough. You always save me, again and again, even when I don't deserve it. I'm so sorry. I fail to stifle a sob, tears dripping off my cheeks and wetting Kyoko's clothes, and I mutter another apology under my breath. Despite that, I feel her hand lovingly rub circles around my back. It makes me want to melt. Nice little back massage? No. Mimiko, that's not something to apologize for. Him not knowing what no means isn't your fault. Ah yes, this whole game was a lesson in consent, actually. Anyway, you know I'm here for you no matter what, right? I'm not gonna break our promise. You don't gotta do anything because you're worth saving as you are. Why? Why do you always tell me that? I'm a mess. I'm nothing but a freak. Really? You seem kind of generic, actually. I mean, generic, you know, romance protagonist. You know, other than the shadow lesbian, though. But do people know about the shadow lesbian? I don't know. I feel like you keep that secret. Anyway, I have thoughts and desires nobody else does. I can't even recognize my own face. When I look at my reflection, I just want to puke. I want to claw my skin off. I want to be forgotten. Hey. Her voice turns stern, as she pulls away from the hug to stare right into my eyes. Look at me. Do you remember the day we met? At the river. We met for a reason, and I stopped you for a reason. I couldn't die in good faith if I let you do the same thing, even though I didn't know you. When I first saw you, something clicked inside me, like it was some sort of reality check or something. I just knew I didn't want to do it anymore. In that sense, you saved me. And I promise I'd do whatever I could to make it up to you. I haven't done enough. I don't know if I ever can do enough. I'll keep doing whatever it takes to protect you. You're the most important person to me. Mamoru. You gotta mamoru the memories. Anyway. I saved Kyouko? Thought is impossible to wrap my head around. But as I look up at Kyouko, I see a serious expression in her face that I haven't seen before, not since that day. Using her thumb, Kyouko wipes away the hot tears in my eyes. It only makes me want to cry more. Can I continue to be weak? Is this really okay? Well, this is often a dynamic in a lot of shipping, There's always like a uke and a seme. Does it apply to Yuri as well? I don't know. Anyway. When her hand tears, there's two tears. There's tears and tears. It's the English language. When her hand tears away from my face, I wipe my eyes in hopes of ridding all the leftover tears away. I love you, Daisuke. The words slip out of my mouth before I even know it. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, Kyouko. I mean it. I love you, Kyouko. You're the only person I feel this way about. Actually, I scavenged it inside my school bag and collected every torn piece of my letter. I wanted to give this to you, but it was destroyed by someone else before I could. Still, please accept it, at least until I can make you a new one. I extend the letter out to her. My arm is quivering, my heart is beating like crazy, but I don't want to back down. It's okay to be scared, but don't give up, and after just one bad day. This is the perfect opportunity. Sorry, Mimiko, I don't swing that way. Anyway. No, I imagine that's not the case. Kyouko takes the tattered scraps from my hand, discerning what she can from the nearly illegible writing. Despite its contamination, Kyoko's expression shifts into a smile. I like it. I never got a love letter before. Thank you, Mimiko. She gently laughs once again, slipping the letter into her bag. You do? I can't read it all, but I think I get what you're saying. You can make me a new one if you want, but I'm keeping this one. I'm so happy. She doesn't need to return my words. Just knowing she's accepted my letter is enough. Her face says all I need to know. We sit in silence for a while, indulging in each other's company for as long as we're allowed. Kyouko's touch is warm and delicate, like I'm a glass vase that could crack at any moment. I don't want to leave her loving arms. I don't want to hear anything that isn't her beating heart. Eventually, Kyoko's voice reaches my ears. Hey Mimiko, it's gonna get dark soon. Wanna head home? Right, it's been a while, huh? The time passed so quickly. That sounds like a good idea. I don't want to, but I slowly stand up and sling my bag over my shoulder. Kyouko follows suit. To my delight, she soon takes my hand back into her own. Without warning, though, she pulls me along. A change of plans. I want to get you some real food to eat. Huh? I told you earlier today I'm fine. Right on cue, my stomach growls loudly and Kyouko laughs. This is like the typical anime comedy. Something's telling me otherwise. Come on, a new udon place has opened up. I want to try it out with you. I've been saving up for this. She once again tugs me along, this time with a pep in her step and a bright smile on her face. Okay, I love that. I squeeze her hand tightly. I don't ever want to let go. My savior. My darling. My letter might have been torn to shreds, but even my contaminated words were enough to reach you. Despite all my ugliness, you love me as I am. What are you talking about? You're like, look fine. Like an anime girl. I couldn't be happier. I can only hope we stay together forever, however long that might be. Kyouko, I love you. Me too. Ending 1. Thank you for loving me. All right, well, cliche, happy ending. Oops, I didn't mean to scroll. Oop, go. Oop, oh, ooh, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo. Cool. No, anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. Ending 1. Yeah, that's it. I'm assuming that is the true ending, where everything's fine. It's kind of funny how, like, comically villainous Aoi was, by the way. You know, he really, like, the friend zone incel trying to, like, you know, turn a lesbian straight, you know, kind of like just horrible person. Like, what the heck? With no redeeming qualities. Anyway. But yeah, that was just like the, you know, ending. I do wonder, I mean, I guess the game's not going to touch on it because I guess it doesn't matter, but like, I imagine Aoi would probably want some revenge though, you know? But I guess, you know, again, he's just a very like two-dimensional character, which, you know, or two-dimensional? One-dimensional, right. No, it's not two-dimensional. I'm thinking of Doki Doki Literature Club where they make that joke. But anyway, but one-dimensional. He's like a very one-dimensional character, right? But like, I guess if you want the story to continue, it'd be like there could be more drama potential because obviously he has connections in the school and everything, and can like, you know, can probably just keep being an asshole, I guess. Because obviously, you know, Kyouko attacked him and everything, and technically that's assault, but obviously, you know, he was forcing himself on freaking Mimiko, so I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that does explain some of the backstory, though. So I do like how the game actually keeps some of the backstory ambiguous, you know? Kind of lets you try to, like, unravel, you know, the backstory without actually telling you, which is nice. I like the, for example, her knuckles. It was like really briefly mentioned. You only see her sprite, but like the knuckles, you know, and how Kyouko has some kind of like confrontation with Aoi. I imagine what happened is like, you know, the rumor said like it was Kyouko, you know, confessing or rejecting, or no, it was Aoi rejecting Kyouko, which is weird. You know, I don't know, but obviously the real. No, the truth was like probably Kyouko was the one that rejected Aoi, right? And then Aoi used his connections in the school to spread rumors, and like basically bullied Aoi, or not Aoi, I'm getting the names mixed up. Kyouko rather, he bullied Kyouko out of the school, and that's why she keeps, you know, skipping class and everything, and has a bad reputation. It was Aoi doing that, if I had to guess, you know, as revenge for like rejecting him. And then of course his like yandere tendencies, you know, moved on to like the main character Mimiko, you know, and that's how everything kind of started. And he probably saw the love letter, right? I mean, he knew about the love letter probably because his freaking like, you know, sidekick, you know, that he doesn't really care about, yapped about it, you know. What's her face? Kin, right? I mean, he really has no redeeming quality. It really is just like a, I don't know. It really is like a straight man trying to like ruin my Yuri, you know? That's the culmination of this visual novel. It's like, I do feel like there's two types of people out there. There's people who like self-insert themselves into the Yuri couple and get in the way, and it's like, no, you're not allowed to do that. Only pure Yuri allowed, you know? The second type is like, you know, you let the Yuri couple be the Yuri couple in the story, right? You don't self-insert yourself in the story. That makes no sense. Which goes into my other thing as well, because not just Yuri, just in general, right? It's like Otome games, you know? There's like Fujoshi and there's Yume Joshi. Where like Fujoshi is like you want the couple to like, you know, get together. You don't self-insert yourself into the couple. You let the couple like, you know, they're like separate people, and then you ship them together. And there's like Yume Joshi, where you do self-insert yourself into the story, you know, and then like whatever, right? Like typical like dating sim thing. I actually don't like the self-insert, you know? It's ironic that Fujoshi is like kind of like a derogatory term anyway, like slang, you know, in you know, Japanese anime subculture, whatever. But like Fujoshi is actually more based, you know, it's actually better, or like the equivalent for that for Yuri or whatever it is. Like Fujoshi is just better, you know. It's like the better way to interpret the story, in my opinion. I don't like self-inserts. I actually dislike self-inserts. Whatever, but that's just my opinion anyway. But yeah, I'm going off topic. But yeah, this game. Yeah, so I got all the endings. I think so anyway. There's only 4 endings, I believe. I think I got all the endings. 3 of the endings were pretty bad, actually. They're all like really horrible, bad endings. And I'm surprised, actually, yeah, because this game, maybe not weird, but definitely it does play itself straight, right? For the most part, in the beginning, and obviously the happy ending, it definitely plays itself as like a very typical like Yuri romance story, right? It's actually sickeningly sweet, you know. It's like it's too sweet, whereas like it's a little cliche. But there is some middle parts and some bad endings that go really, really dark. I don't know. I like it. I like the dark parts, definitely. The drama and like the you know, the twisted, like, psychological horror, basically. This game, when I look at the itch.io page, is not tagged as horror, but I would say it's horror. It's like psychological horror, anyway. You know, I would say. It gets pretty dark. You should at least put, like, dark, you know, like, as a tag. Because it gets pretty dark, I would say. I mean, come on. And yeah, overall, I just liked it, you know? I like the different paths you can take. The writing, I like the writing overall. Definitely a little, like, again, typical visual novel thing, which is not a bad thing. I just don't like it sometimes, but like, you know, how visual novels, they always go a little bit too long, especially again, when it's like nothing's happening, you know, when it's like slice of life, and it's like you're just introducing the characters, and you're just meeting Kyouko, the cat part, right? I think it's the cat part. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a psychopath, but I didn't find the cat part particularly cute. It's just a cat. You know, it's like they spend way too long on the cat. The cat isn't plot relevant. Who cares about the cat? You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm heartless, like Aoi. I don't want to be associated with Aoi though. But you know, I do feel like the whole cat scene wasn't really necessary. It was just fan service, I guess. It's like cute fan service, right? There's different kinds of fan service. You know, when I think of fan service, a lot of anime, it's like usually like, I don't know, horny baiting. You know, or like show like freaking. They're like, you know, baiting viewers or like panty shots or whatever. But you know, there's different kinds of fan service. I feel like that kind of fan service, like, you know, cutesy fan service. But like, I don't know, it's a bit, yeah, it dragged on for a little bit too long in my opinion. But that's just me. I like to have, you know, usually in the visual, especially like it's a short story, every detail in the story needs to contribute somehow to the plot. You know, and it doesn't have to be directly to the plot. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you know, the cat was the murderer or something this whole time. What a twist. No, it doesn't have to be that, but it needs to like somehow contribute to some kind of theme that the game is going for, you know, overall, right? So that's how I feel anyway. Anyway, overall though, I actually really liked it, you know, I actually really like this game. It's pretty good. Alright, so that's it for To My Darlings. Pretty good. I guess, you know, if you're watching the VOD, or if you're watching the video later on, if you didn't know, I actually stream these games live. So you want to check out my other contents, and, you know, watch my live streams, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and change the notifications from personalized to get, change the notifications from personalized to all to get notified when I go live. And also check out my Twitch channel as well, because I stream to both channels. There you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.